the Jacksonville sideline, there is their head coach. His team off. Seen the football quite a bit here in this first half. Such an integral part of this offense. We'll start this next drive. 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. Still keeping the legs moving. Somehow managing to turn that into a gain. From the 31, here's 2nd and 9.
23.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. They knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Oh, that swung out wide and intercepted. Picked off. You get a look there at the first quarter numbers, and now trying to add to those as this next drive begins with 1st and 10. Lawrence going to keep this himself. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Up the middle they go. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Lawrence now. They'll look to set up a screen here. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away well short of the 1st down mark.
We see teams more and more throw the...
No, I'm not losing this.
See the numbers here in the first half, and now time to build on those as this drive begins with 1st down. Drive will start on the ground. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That one good for a dozen. A very quick 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. It is 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball. And it is 4th down.
Bullshit.
Jaguars offense
fucking
possession.
Now.
So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Greg, as you talk to folks around the league, There's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? Do you pooch it? Do you kick it out the back of the end zone? And I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you had the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember where a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of on a failed 4th down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is I'm going to go for more touchdowns inside the 5. I'm going to go for more 4th and goal situations because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line, because the difference in 3 points over the course is not worth the field position.
And the play callers in the NFL are a lot like the people who play the video games. Let's go for it on 4th down. We're seeing it more, and it adds to the excitement of the NFL in 2025. This pass right side is caught by Schoonmaker. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. He's going to try to get this himself.
Go away.
He's going to have a Jags 1st down. As the defense nowhere to be found. They picked up 20 on 4th down.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Jags.
Handoff here, up the middle. And good, hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Jags offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence. He gets this complete to his rookie 4th-round pick. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Hey, run! Hey, Soko, hot! Silver!
Now Lawrence. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now here's Lawrence. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Red on red.
To throw is Lawrence. In the middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down. Throwing is Lawrence. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Now give on the ground, and he'll get forward for about a yard. That's Jermaine Johnson there on the stop. Now after the play, it looks like we have an injured Jet on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches.
Hey, easy. Route. Hey.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It's clear from that 3rd down call, Mike, that they had already made up their mind that they would go for it on 4th down. Figured they still have that extra down in their pocket, and the defensive side.
Comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. The deficit, 6 points. Here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back where you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll stick with him again. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop it for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down. Lawrence. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman to get out to lead the way.
No.
Jaguars
Not losing.
to get back at it. And they're going to hear it from this crowd.
Refuse to fucking lose this game.
As they start 1st and 10.
But do whatever it takes.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he's going to be taken down at the 17-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down. This looks like a design run, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. 2nd and 10. To throw is Lawrence. Quick throw here is complete. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
That's a good one. That's a good go.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to be taken
down
right at midfield. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
First down, Jacksonville.
They'll stay on the ground. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Hey, easy. Here we go.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball.
You motherfucker. The defense needs to hold up, please.
The Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10.
Okay, ready? Hey, here we go.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him. Behind the line.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And partially, it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down. Jaguars offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40.
Hey, run!
Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
As he throws and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no... Jags offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Now they'll set up to throw. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Trevor Lawrence sacked. A loss of 7 yards.
Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Lawrence now. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now, after the play, it looks like we have it. Injured Jet on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
That's going to be complete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He's usually... such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's good.
So, a pair of 1st downs moves him out to the 47-yard. And it's 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Here's Lawrence. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Thanks for 24. John,
Lawrence. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. That's caught over the middle by Thomas.
Oh, God.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
easy, route. Here we go.
Now Lawrence. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. That'll give up the middle. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal. He's inside the 10. Mark him at the 7.
Hey, Lion. Son, this is hunt. Here we go.
Now here's Lawrence. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And this one blown up. Good surge and drop him. A loss on the play back to the 9-yard line. This one caught at the 4. And that's going to move them closer, but they're going to need to come up with something here. Here comes 3rd and goal.
On red.
Here's Lawrence to throw. It is brought in the end zone.
Bet that bitch was
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Touchdown,
He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. The game-tying touchdown here in the fourth quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy.
Jaguars offense ready for this
We got
next
that.
possession. Still 2 timeouts remaining for the defense, but do the math. Even if they choose to use them, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory. Here's a design run. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not. Things are pretty much spoken for.
3-yard pickup.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll stop it with 28 seconds to go in the game. Second and 7. He'll try the right side this time, and he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Picks this one up on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. This one went down to the wire. They're able to persevere. Walk out of here with a well-deserved victory.
It's on to a new week for Jack.
I want to go Travis, but we gotta focus. We have to win.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Hoosier State. The Jags offense ready to get things started, coming off their first win of the season a week ago. And the one we'll be watching is this man at running back.
If you look back to last week, typically we think about him and how important he is to the run game. But last week, very active in the passing attack, and it just goes to show how versatile he is. You can ask him to do just about anything, and he'll be successful.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so he knows confidence. Is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake-bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters?
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Over the middle, complete. That's Sharp. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Now a give, right side. It's Little. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Little. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. You look at this Colt defense, and they played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the
Got that. We got that. Yeah.
Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
They'll run on first down. It's Little. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The Jaguars at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to...
Jaguars back with it on offense.
Are you shitting me?
Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Little. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Up the middle they go.
Little.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard and a... Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Now Lawrence.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that. Play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
He gets it to Thomas. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slip becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, trying to slow things down a little bit.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Jaguars first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Lisa 24. Hey, Ginger. Here we go.
Now Lawrence.
He finds his man complete. That's Little. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, it's Little. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
Thomas has got it, complete.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
A gain of 10 yards.
Here's Lawrence.
And he fires one incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, lock.
Lawrence.
And Thomas has it.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, it's Little. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down.
Let them. Oh,
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we'll take a break. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They'll run on first down. Little. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Little. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Here we go on fourth down. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on... Jaguars getting set to go.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
Third quarter here at Indy. This is 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Given 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Rip, 23.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Over the middle, complete. That's sharp. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Hey, Phil.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey, tomato. Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give right side. It's Little. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
There's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before we get a good head of steam going.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a give right side. It's Little. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
All right, let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Little. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put on points.
Well, this is going to depend on the stop, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A gain of 6 on the play.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
And drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Jags come up empty on 4th. And now out come the Jags.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll take this out to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Drops it underneath for Tootin. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Little. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Hey, easy. Route. Hey, change your touch. Safe right.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence will go down as a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. This is intercepted. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Lawrence will try again after the pick 6. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Lisa 24. Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. That's Little. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percent.
Comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Hey, go. Hey, Silver.
Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, Lion. Turn. This one's hot. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Little. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a
Oh, game's